Hey, Marc here from Whole Latte Love. I'm with Sarah today, who's running the camera. Say hello, Sarah.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, we're going to show you how to descale a Gaggia Velasca Prestige. The whole process takes about 20 minutes. You'll know you'll have to do that. You'll get an indication in the display here that will tell you the machine needs to be descaled. So let's show you how to do it. A few things you're going to need. You're going to want some Gaggia descaler, 1 full bottle of this. If you need that, we do have a link up here where you can pick that up real easy. You're going to want a container to catch the descaling solution as it comes out of the machine. But let's get right into it and show you how to get going. So come on in, Sarah. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, I have a water filter in my machine, and I like to use the water filter because it makes for better tasting coffee. And also you have to descale less. The machine will know that you have a water filter in there because you've told it in the menu. And it softens the water a little bit, so less descaling. So we need to take that filter out. So you don't want the descaling solution going through that. So I'm going to take this out real quick. I'm going to flip it upside down. This will keep the water in the filter. So if you can find a place to keep it oriented like that, it'll be much easier when we go to restart the machine after descaling. So first thing we're going to do, I'm going to find that spot, is we will get rid of the water that's in here. Pour that in the sink. Okay, there's a little indication here, the calc clean line. That's where we want to fill with. So first step is just to put our descaler, the full bottle, into the reservoir. And then we're going to fill it up to that calc clean line with just tap water. I just have some of my tap water right here. So we'll just fill that up, right up to that line. And we'll slide that in the machine. Next up is we're going to take our milk carafe, we're going to fill it up to the min line here with water. So we'll take the top off. Now again, I'm just using tap water here, which I've pre-measured to fill to that min line. There we go. Put that on. We'll open this up. You have to open that up before you put the carafe on. So we're going to take our water spout off. Snap the carafe in place. Then we're going to take that container. Again, you're going to want one that's at least 1.5 liters. And it's sometimes kind of tough to find a container that'll fit there properly. Mine hangs over a little bit, so I've got a little something just to hold up the edge here while it does its thing. Okay, so next up, we'll go into the menu here. I'm going to press the menu button. We'll use the arrow buttons to go down until we see Start Calc Clean. And pretty straightforward. From here, we're all ready to go, so we're just going to press the check button here. And it's just telling me make sure that I have my carafe attached, something to catch all this stuff. That's what that little icon is. Once that's all good, we hit the check again. It's telling me, oh yeah, put the decalcifier into the water reservoir. I've already done that. So now it's going to start the process. And what's going to happen here for about the next 20 minutes is water is going to alternately come out of the carafe spout and out of the coffee spout. So we're not going to bore you with that whole 20 minutes, so we'll drop out here for a minute and come back after it's finished this process. Okay, so it's finished the cycle running the descaler through. You can tell by the little red drop here that you'll see on the screen. So when you see that, again, about 20 minutes to get to there. So we're going to take 4 things. We're going to empty out our container of descaling solution that came through the machine, the milk carafe, our drip tray, which stayed pretty dry, and our water tank. So we'll take these all to the sink. So first thing I'm going to do is just dump out any remaining descaling solution and give this tank a little rinse. Let that drip for a second. Get rid of our descaling solution here. And we'll empty our milk carafe. Now the milk carafe, we're going to refill it because we're going to run rinse on the machine. So again, we'll go to that minimum line here. Not super critical, you're right at that minimum line. Set that over there. And if you got anything into your drip tray when you're doing the rinse, we can dump that out. Mine stayed really dry. So we'll take our water tank now, and again with tap water, we're going to fill it to that calc clean line. Okay, we'll take this back over to the machine. I'm just going to slide my drip tray in first, then our water reservoir, and our milk carafe. Again, pull out the spout first. Oh, I'm going to need my little receptacle here. Okay, we'll place it in, and you can see that it changed, and it knows we put some fresh water in there. So to continue with the rinse, we're just going to press the check button here. And this will take about 4 minutes again. Now, what I did mention when we started is you can pause the descaling at any time. You can see the little pause icon here. You just press this button. And then if you paused it to continue, you press the check down here again and it would continue. So we'll let this go for about 4 minutes and see you in a sec. It's been about 4 minutes. The rinse is complete, and you can tell by the check mark here in the display. So now what we're going to do is take components off and rinse them again and fill up our water tank. We'll get rid of this for now. Take our carafe over and our reservoir. We're going to give our carafe just a rinse here. I'll set that over here for now. Dump out any remaining water in the tank. Give it another rinse. Now, again, I'm using a filter and I kept it right side up, or upside down, excuse me. I'm going to put that back in the tank. What I like to do, because you want to keep the water in here when you take it out. If you don't, you need to reprime it, and that's pretty simple. You just put it under the faucet like this and keep squeezing until the point when you squeeze, you see water in here and you don't see any more air bubbles coming out. Now, what I like to do when I put that in is kind of hold the reservoir upside down so I don't lose any of the water in the filter here. If you do it quick, it's probably fine as well. Press that back in place. And I'm just going to fill my tank. Now at this point we can, just so long as we've got enough water in there, the machine thinks it has water. So we'll replace this in our machine. And when that's back in, we can hit the check mark again. And now the machine is going to heat up, and it's just going to do a rinse through the coffee spouts here. One last time. This is the same rinse you get when you initially turn the machine on. While it's doing that again, the decalcifier you want to use, it's the Gaggia Decalcifier designed for the Gaggia machines. We do have that available. You can use those links to get it. And once it does its little rinse here, we're going to pull out the brew group, take that over to the sink and give it a rinse. I can put our hot water spout back in. So now it's just going to do its regular rinse. You could catch this in something else if you want, but no big deal. Just let it go in the drip tray. But again, same rinse you'd get when you initially turn on the machine. And if this rinse shouldn't happen and you're using a filter, it's probably because there's air in your filter, so you need to prime that filter. Get the water in the top and squeeze it until no more air comes out. All right, so we're going to pull out our brew group. Just going to pull out our drag box just a little bit. And we'll pull out the little catch tray that's underneath the brew group. And the brew group itself, it's got the little directions here. Push, put your fingers there, pull straight out. So we'll take these over to the sink.
You're just going to give them a little rinse?
Just a little rinse. So we'll rinse out the little tray here. Mine's really clean. Yours may not be that clean. And the brew group. So brew group, you never want to use any soap when you rinse this. Just, tap water, room temperature tap water, and just give it a rinse. I like to stick my fingers in there, just get out any loose coffee, and right here. And you can rinse the whole thing. You can get it completely wet. You don't want to really use anything to scrub it, and you do want to be careful. There are some lubricated tracks up in here. You don't want to get the lubrication off of those. So rinse that. Have to shake off the excess water. Now, best case, you let this dry out, but you can put it back in the machine. A little damp, not a big deal. So I just kind of go around and get off any excess water. I'll take that and our tray back over. One thing to check before you put the brew group back into the machine is that this yellow tab is in the up position. Mine is right now. I'll show you what it looks like when it's not. It looks like that. So let's push on the bottom to get that up. To reinsert the brew group, flat bottom here goes on the 2 tracks here. You just push it in, hear a little click, and then give it a pull to make sure it's in there. We'll replace this. Oh, and one other thing we should do. Let's go back over to the sink just for a second. You do want to do, when you run the descaling solution through the machine, you do want to, and we have a video for this, you do want to do a full weekly type cleaning where you take apart the milk carafe and rinse out the internal pieces here. We do have a video for that. I'll put a link in the description for that. Other than that, that is it. Your machine is now ready to go. Again, if you need the Decalcifier, that's available in the link. As well, oh, and I'll put a link up there for a water filter too. Again, you should really use a water filter. You will have to descale the machine less frequently if you use a filter, and you get better tasting coffee, so why not? So that's it for descaling the Gaggia Velasca. We have lots more information on our support wiki at Whole Latte Love on care and maintenance and use of your Gaggia Velasca. Thanks for watching, Sarah. Thanks for shooting.
No problem.
And we'll see you next time. Want to learn more? Subscribe now so you'll know about the latest videos on everything coffee from Whole Latte Love.